KTV recently climbed to the top of the Mercier Bridge to get first-hand information on the completion of the so-called Blitz. We spoke to Wayne Rice of the Mohawk Bridge Consortium.
First of all, I'd like to explain the duration. Everybody hears 1 week, but in reality, it's only 4 days. Because in our schedule, we have 3 days to do the membrane, to do the asphalt, and to finalize everything. So they have to give us 1 weekend somewhere down the road, somewhere in September. So we asked for 4 days extension where we would do all these works and give the asphalt, the bridge back with the asphalt completely done. Because prior to that, we were supposed to open the bridge wherever we were. There was definitely not going to be any asphalt there. There would have been huge steel bridges, temporary bridges, that big humps that people would have to go over. So NBC decided that we would blast, like one of our engineers called it, blast the job. So we went into a full blitz, a full blitz, going right around the clock. In reality, we're ahead of schedule because of the fact that we went into a lot of overtime, which we absorbed. It was better for us to in certain areas. But everybody, and I understand people say, well, they were supposed to be open on the 11th. We could have opened the bridge up on the 11th, but there would have been daily closures, nightly closures, weekend closures for the next 6 weeks. So we felt it was better for us to get them 4 extra days, blast the job, and give back the bridge to the public with no closures at all. Well, right now, the types of works we're doing, we're getting preparation for the asphalt, which the asphalt will be done tomorrow. So right now they're placing the membrane, and if you can see behind me, they just fixed a temporary crossover with 1.5-inch steel plates. They're just finishing that up, and the asphalt will marry up to that. Right now we have a subcontractor working there putting the membrane down, which the membrane supports and protects the bottom top half of the concrete, and the asphalt goes over. We have guys right now finishing up the expansion Jersey barrier steel plates. They're finishing up the expansion joints, putting in the rubbers. And down below, I'll show you later, they're doing some form work to pour some concrete later on this afternoon. When we start the work, a lot of times people don't realize that we're here working. And we've been working over the past year. In the winter, in the spring season, we're underneath. There's a lot of activity that goes on that people don't see. Sometimes they may see the bridge closed and wonder why there's nobody on the deck, and they get sort of, pissed off, and it's understandable. But we're instructed, and we have to close the bridge when we do some very tricky work when we're dealing with the gusset plates. So the bridge has to be closed. The importance of the gusset plate on a bridge, it's actually the spine, the backbone of any bridge. And especially on a bridge like this one, the way it's designed, there's no redundancies. If one fails, everybody's in trouble.
We have to have a full closure or a 1-lane closure to do these, because once you take all the bolts out, like, it gets real flimsy. So we have to have a closure, and we have to have it all pinned out. Once we get the new gusset plate on, we have to clamp it, pull it in tight, and then we can knock out a pin and put a temporary bolt in there. The other bolts there are special bolts. They were designed from one of our engineers. They even won an award, Canadian award. These plates, like, otherwise we'd have to take the whole thing apart. And this way, what it does is it speeds everything up, where we don't have to take nothing apart. We have to change all the bolts, obviously, all the rivets, take all the rivets out, but then we change it into bolts. And there's also a plate inside. If we didn't have this, we'd have to close it every day, but with this design that we have, we don't have to close nothing.
People don't see anybody up here, and it's very, very technical and very detailed work that has to be followed by our engineers and our inspectors, and the bridge has to be closed. Also, after that, there's a lot of prep work again that people don't see. We have to build temporary roads, well, temporary/permanent, because the peacekeepers will be using it because they have a contract with the owners of the bridge to inspect it. But we use a lot of that material, which we got permission from the MCK to do it. You know, for me, it's good. Get rid of it. It's,
Yeah.
you know, we reclaim the land. You know, all jobs are important here. Every crew does an equal amount of important work on the job, but some are more, I'll say, more important or more critical that it's done correctly. And Jeffrey, we just talked to, his job is to make sure that those bearing pedestals and big plates are in the right place. Because when we remove the old deck, if that's off, we're in trouble. We're very, very proud of our men and the women here that are working here right now. They're very, very experienced, they're very knowledgeable, and they're very versatile. Because our men, women, they do everything, which on the outside, it's not like that. That's one of the advantages we have here, where one day the man can be doing carpentry, the next day he's bolting up. But he has the experience through the Kahnawake KTQP program, which is very good. It's very useful for the project that we get our men from there. We're really, really proud of all the work that the men / one woman has done. They did an incredible job here. And we have people on the outside, contractors that we deal with. Everybody on the outside is talking about this project, how quickly and number one, how safely it went. So again, I have to say, I have to tip my hat off to all our workers, male, female, our staff, everybody, even the owners, representatives, everybody worked together on this project to make it a success. And I'd like to say to them again, all our workers, now go. You guys did an excellent, excellent job.